Hi, I am so excited to share some of my favorite application tips to get your nails lasting at least 10 days. I've had mine last 19 days before. I usually switch them out at like the 10, 14 day mark just because I start seeing my next cute set staring at me through the little window. You hear noise in the background. We have Gemma making snow cream.
Hi.
I cannot stress the importance of prep. I love Sally Hansen's Instant Cuticle Remover. This stuff's like $5. You can get it at Kroger, Walmart, Target. Even if it doesn't look like you have cuticles, I'm telling you, you put this stuff on there, you wait, it's like 15 seconds, and then you either use like your cuticle stick that comes with your nails, or I love these glass cuticle sticks off Amazon, and put a drop on there, wait a couple seconds, and then you just start scraping on your actual nail. And I do this for each nail. If I do have any like dry skin area, which is very common during the winter for me, I like to use these. I'll just kind of snip around. But for your actual nail bed, you want to make sure that you are really prepping and getting all the cuticle off there. I like to wash my hands with just Dawn dish soap. This is really helpful if you have oily nail beds like I do. Wash my hands really good, make sure I'm getting on my nail bed, and then dry them off really well. Inside your nail kit, you're going to find a little alcohol prep pad. You will also find a nail file, and here's the other stick that I was telling you about. This works completely fine. I've just found that the ones that I get on Amazon work even better. Open up your alcohol white pad, and you're going to really get each nail. Another step that I have found is helpful, and I will take a nail file and I'll just go on my nail beds and just ever so lightly rough up the surface just a little bit, because that helps the adhesive to grab on even better. So the last thing that I do personally is Kleo's Prime Suspect is a triple treatment nail primer that preps, protects, and locks your LED gel strips and your press-ons in place. This contains a velvet powder that's going to create a smoother surface, so it's going to let the press-ons just stick on better. It also helps with the removal process being easier. You just paint it on like nail polish and wait about 5 minutes before you put your nails on. It does also reduce the Kleo wiggle effect, because you will notice the nails, please stop, Gemma's in the background wiggling. So with our patented glueless adhesive, there is a wiggle effect. So it's like these tiny little microscopic fingers instead of glue that you're using, and it's going to adhere press-ons onto your nail bed. It absorbs the shock. So if you're hitting your nails on something hard, instead of the nail cracking or popping off, instead it absorbs that shock. So you will feel a tiny little wiggle. I don't notice it anymore. The first couple days I tried them, I did. This has been said to reduce the wiggle, like to feel, reduces the wiggle. It has vitamin E and citric acid for hydration and conditioning, and further protects the nails during the removal process. Here's the exciting part. You open up your nails. On the tab is where you will find your number. And also the side that has the tab is the side that's gonna go down towards your cuticle. I already have my nails on. These are day 6, so you can hold it directly on there to make sure that's a good fit. So the adhesive is already on here. This part is very important. The adhesive is heat and pressure activated. Next couple minutes is where you're really gonna wanna take your time with this. Find your size. What I like to do is set it down in front of me, and then I do double check and make sure, because my right thumb actually is a tad wider than my left. Double check, make sure that's good. So then I'll put both my zeros, lay them down in front of me. Then I'll go to my next finger. You don't want any of the nail overlapping onto your skin or your cuticle. You want, when in doubt, go a little bit smaller, because if it's touching your skin on the sides of your nail, it is not going to bond properly and you're going to experience lifting. So you want to look and make sure that it's not touching your skin at all. Once you have all your nails for all 10 fingers laid out, the next thing that you're going to do is start applying. take the tab. Some people use tweezers if that's a little bit easier. You're going to peel it off, and then you go in at a 45-degree angle. You're not going to go under your cuticle, but you are going to go close to your cuticle. And then you'll kind of just set it down straight, but don't press too hard yet. I always look, make sure that it is, centered where I need it to be. Then I set my timer. I actually set a timer for 45 seconds, and I hold down. I give it a finger hold, and I press down very firmly. I also make sure that I'm pressing on the edges close to my cuticle all the way around. So 45 seconds. They are heat and pressure activated, so do not just press and be done with it, even though you feel like they are firm, because they will end up sliding off. So you're gonna do that for all of the nails. Once you are done, you want to stay out of all things water, oil, lotions, greasy pizza, all the things for at least 2 hours. If you can do this before bed, even better.
Yeah, it's like not as sweet, but this one kind of just...
Even if your cuticles are a little dry, wait till the next day. The H2 Glow, which is water-based, so you can use this with both the press-ons and the LED gels. That's a serum that hydrates and strengthens and seals in moisture. It is like a drink for your nails and for your cuticles. Powered by Chitosan to support nail growth. Chitosan. It contains biotin to help prevent brittleness, and it strengthens thin damaged nails. So this, you can use it, it's water-based, but I would still wait until a couple hours after you apply. So take your time. If at first you don't succeed, if you don't have the best luck with your first set, please talk to me. We can troubleshoot. I promise once you get the hang of it, you are gonna love them. My very first press-on set that I did, I ended up taking off the next day because I went too big and they kind of hurt my cuticles. They looked ridiculous. And I was like, I can't deal with this. So I took them off the next day. Oh, one other tip I wanted to share was I like to cut my natural nails down short so that you can't even see them under here. I just feel like it looks better. And the adhesive does not go all the way to the tip. So if you have your natural nail there, then the adhesive isn't gonna stick to your natural nail. Natural nails are gonna keep growing, but the way that the press-ons work, it will never show regrowth. So even after 2-3 weeks, it'll still look like this. And then underneath, like you would see your natural nails start growing and sometimes even have to trim them. Like that's how
they help
crazy
my
it
nails
is.
grow out so much.
Something else I was gonna say. Okay, so if you cut your nails back really short, sometimes you will notice, depending on the length of your nail bed, that you can see some adhesive under there. If that bugs you, just leave it the first day. But then like day 2, like when you take a shower, when you get out, just use the little stick and you can scrape it and it will come right off if that bothers you. Thank you for being here. I hope that these tips are helpful. And take your time so that you love them as much as Gemma and I do.
Bye.
Bye. I just changed to go play in the snow, and I just remembered another tip is because they are heat and pressure activated, if your fingers or hands are like super cold, sit on them for a minute or hit them with a blow dryer just to get them warmed up. Or you can do that to the actual press-ons too, and that will help spread the heat adhesive out a little bit.